Hi everyone, it's Jean Wheaton with the Wheaton team at Remax Properties. And today's meeting is going to be about home staging. And we are honored to have Lisa Koenig here with us with the Home Staging Professionals and Design to talk about what home staging is in this market. We at the Wheaton team have been doing it for, I say, since we started about 18 years ago. We stage almost every home we list, and there's many reasons why. So we'll get into that later. I want to have Kristen from our team, Kristen Dion, do a little market update, and then we'll do some information about staging for everybody. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Hello. Just real quick, I mean, there's not much to update on the market other than there's very, very little to sell. I got online just a few days ago on Sunday, I think it was on Sunday, and there were 486 homes, existing homes in El Paso County. That is all of El Paso County.
That's crazy.
Today, I think we're up to 635, but this is not good in terms of people wanting to move here, have lots of options. We are definitely still in the seller's market, and I think that the COVID situation has, I'm watching everybody, including myself, remodel homes versus move. And so there's a big push out there for a need for listings for our buyers coming into our market. So please call the Wheaton team. We have buyers. We're looking for houses.
And it's a great time to sell if you're thinking of moving out of state or just moving within the area. Getting top dollar, and interest rates are super low still, so it's a great market for sellers. Okay, Lisa, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company and a little bit about why should sellers stage their home, especially now since homes are selling so fast?
That's a really good question, Jean. We've been working with you for years when the market was terrible, and now it's hot. And when the market was bad, people kind of understood, if I want to get my house seen, I need to stage it so I look better than my neighbors. But they don't understand sometimes that has also carried over into this hot market, that they can actually make more money by staging their home. And so, yes, they could throw it on the market without staging it, but why do that and leave money on the table when it's a very doable process that we're able to help them with. And so, yeah, I mean, I have a statistic here that let's see, that 85% of homes surveyed sold for 6 to 25% more than their unstaged neighbor. So how much is 6 to 25% of the average home? That's quite a fair amount of money.
Right.
So it's still.
That's such a big thing with the Wheaton team. And that's, part of the reason that so many of us are here and so many of our clients use us is just putting out the best possible product. We've seen the stats, and we know that by using the professionals home staging, that we are getting the most for our sellers. It's worth the money and the time that we put into it to put out the best possible product, because that's where, it shows up in the photos and it shows up in the showings. And that's what's going to get our sellers the most money for their home. So, yeah.
Exactly. And the point that you brought up, Cassidy, that, that they see these photos online, and 40% more traffic is increased because the people looking online are seeing these staged photos and they want to go to the house. So there you go, right there, you've got more showings. So it really does increase the traffic. And then once they get there, they fall in love with the home, because, buying a home is an emotional decision. It's not just about square footage and numbers, it's when they fall in love and they have this feeling of, oh my goodness, I want to live here, because you're really not just selling a property, you're kind of selling a lifestyle. They're imagining what their life is going to be like in that home. And if it's a beautiful, well done property, buyers want that and they're willing to pay more for it.
Absolutely. Can you share a little bit about your process of when you meet with the homeowners, how that goes, and if you
Sure.
need assistance, how do you deal with that kind of thing?
Right. Yeah, so normally what we start with is what we call our consultation. And for many people, that's enough right there. It is a 2-hour time window for most homes that, you know, a 2-hour time block that we meet with them, and we start outside and we go right room by room, and we make a complete list for them while we're discussing it with them of everything we recommend that they do. Now, we don't just come in and make all kinds of wild, you know, well, remodel this and, you know, that. I mean, we really do focus on what's their timeline, how quickly do they want to get on the market, what's their price point, what is their situation. So we take all of that into account to try to make the best recommendations that we can. And then we type all that up into a report afterwards and send it back to them. So they have a do-it-yourself list to go by. We've been told over and over again, that's so helpful for the clients. You know, and we don't ask them, we shop their houses is what we call it. We look in their closets and their cabinets for things that we can use in their storage areas for staging their home. We're not just going in and giving them a big long list of, you know, things they need to spend money on or purchases they need to make. You know, there are occasions where we do recommend a few purchases, but we really try to use what they have and keep it very doable for them in their timeline and taking into account their situation. You know, we're not going to recommend the same thing to a young couple that's buying a new home that might want to decorate that new home as maybe an elderly person that's downsizing or moving into an assisted living. We're going to take those life situations into account.
I'm so glad you talked about that, because I think that when we present to our sellers that this is a service that we're going to offer to them and to have, you know, the professionals come in, I think that they sometimes worry that it's going to be an overwhelming process or it's going to be an expensive process, and it really is not. It can be totally catered to them, and it's just something that we love offering our clients. So I'm glad you got to talk about that.
Yes,
Right.
we've had such great feedback from our clients about, you know, how they love what you do. And we've had, I remember one man in particular whose wife was gone, and he called me one day and he's like, Jane, I'm at Hobby Lobby. I'm trying to figure out all the things they told me to get and that kind of stuff. Thank God for this list, or I would just be totally lost. And he did an excellent job. And he was so proud of himself, and so was his wife. But it really helped get that house sold at top dollar. So, you know, I think that is a really important point.
Well,
Lisa,
and
I
it
did a lot of
doesn't matter what the price point is. Lisa has helped me with homes that are 270,000. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a low end price or $1 million home. It doesn't matter. Presentation is still important no matter what. And her input on that little house, we had 40 people come through an open house the first day on the market. We had 6 offers. We were sold immediately. And the money that they did spend on the things that they needed to do came back to them
tenfold.
Yeah, it was so worth it. So
Exactly.
little bit of price for a big return. It was great.
Exactly. And that's why we kind of say in the staging industry that staging doesn't really even cost you money, because you're going to make more back. Yeah, that's, and then of course you sell quicker. So, you know, in a situation where some people are actually carrying 2 mortgages for a while, that kind of situation, or they're selling because they're financially strapped, you know, why wouldn't you want to stage and sell sooner and get out from that situation?
Lisa, as far as your business, and I'm thinking about that, you know, we think about this from a selling standpoint and in the real estate industry, but if someone was watching this and they're not ready to sell their house yet, but they're like, you know what, she probably has some great ideas for me. Does the professional staging take customers that maybe aren't selling their house and just for you to give them some tips?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's, sometimes it's called redesign in the industry. You're kind of taking what they have, and we get that a lot. We've worked with clients with selling, and then they say, oh, I should have had you here years ago. I knew how to put my furniture in this room and you just did it. So then they want us to come to their new home and set things up for them. We also do the interior design portion where maybe they're building a home and they want some advice, or they're remodeling a home and they want some advice. So that's where a lot of that business comes from, is actually working with them first. But sure, if people want to call us just for that, and then sometimes people say, you know, I'm looking to sell my house in maybe 5 years, but I want to remodel in the meantime. Can you guide me on things that to do so that I don't make a mistake? So then when it comes time to sell, I haven't done something that's not to appeal to buyers.
So wise of people that call you for that.
We get
Right.
that a
And
lot.
then just the people that are planning to sell, you know, maybe next year, call us now. If they know they have some work, maybe they've lived there 20 years and they've never done much to it, we can get started now. We don't have to wait until the end to kind of start making the process a little bit less, you know, intense at the end by kind of spreading it out ahead of time.
We do that often with our clients with you. We tell them, well, if you want to sell in February, let's have Lisa come out now and have their company come out now, and you can get ahead of the game there. So
right, especially if it's going to involve hiring any vendors. You know, sometimes people know they're going to need to repaint or, you know, fixes or whatever, and all the vendors get busy, you know, time of year. So if you can kind of get ahead of that and plan for that, it really helps you.
So Lisa, how do we get in touch with you? How do clients get in touch with you?
So my website is www.theprofessionalsstaging.com. You just have to put the T-H-E in there and the S on the end of professionals. And my personal phone number, my cell number is 719-439-0798. I do have a scheduler. She schedules for all of the stagers on our team, and that direct line is 719-315-4752. So if you know you want to go ahead and schedule, call Amy, our scheduler. If you want to chat with me about anything, you know, I do answer my phone. You can reach me.
Your service is invaluable. We thank you so much. And can you share just a little bit about your credentials as well for everyone?
Yes. I started out, I won't tell you how long ago, but umpteen years ago with a bachelor's degree in interior design. And then, you know, raised kids for a while and kind of, you know, worked a little bit on the side. But when I wanted to jump full-time, you know, into this world, I decided that I wanted the extra credential of becoming a certified stager. So I did do that through the Home Staging resource, and which is the #1 staging company out there, and learned a lot through that, and feel like that, you know, really sets, unfortunately in the staging world, there's not, it's not like real estate agents where you pass tests and you go through all this. So kind of anybody can hang their sign out and be a stager. But I think it's really important to go through the steps to be credentialed and get all the education that you can.
we know who the good ones are. So that's what matters.
Oh, thank you so much.
I can't tell you how many clients that have used you guys that we've set you up with, and they've said to me later, I will never again live in an unstaged home. What was I thinking? This is like amazing. So thank you so much for your services. And if anybody would like to get a hold of us, our phone number is 719-536-4581. And my email is Jean, Jean, at thewheatonteam.com. Our website is www.thewheatonteam.com. So please let us know if you're interested in listing your home or looking for a home. We're here to help. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
It was a pleasure.